Yeah. If there's some parents watching or listening and they're like, wow, this is very eye-opening, I've never thought of it this way. They've always raised their kids a certain way, their kids are between…
So this is a word that I hear very often in United States, we don't hear this in India. I was raised this way.
Yeah.
People say, I was raised Catholic, I was raised Jewish, I was raised Baptist, I was raised this way. See, you don't raise human beings, you only raise cattle. A human being is a possibility that needs to be nurtured, not raised in a particular way. So you are raising people in a certain way because you are already committed to something that you think is absolute.
Wow.
Nothing is absolute. Life is a possibility. Will you allow your children to explore that possibility, or do you want to make them like concrete blocks, that they come out in a particular shape, raised in a certain way? No, this is not the way to handle humanity.
So, say these parents are hearing this and they want to nurture their children in a different way.
Yes, the first thing they must do is…
But they've been taught something their whole lives.
They can do their prayers as they know it, but let them know that it's not absolute. They can sing their national anthem with pride, wonderful. Let them know it's not absolute. Let them also teach them 2 lines of global anthem, if not cosmic anthem, one global anthem which includes every life's well-being. Every child should sing this in every school.
A global anthem?
Yes, we need to make a global anthem.
Yeah.
I'm singing Indian anthem with great fervor and you're singing American anthem. What does it mean? Next moment we get an opportunity, we're going to pull out each other's eyeballs.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not because you're bad or I'm bad, because I'm Indian and you're American, all right?
Right. So global anthem.
We need a global anthem for sure. Today, technology has many ways made national boundaries meaningless, all right? People are sitting in India and working in America right now. Whole lot of people.
Sitting in India and walking in America?
Working in America.
Working, oh yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're getting paid, yeah.
You pick up a phone, the Indian guy is practiced American accent and he's speaking from Bangalore.
Right, yeah.
So when national borders have become so porous, it's time to work towards that. It's not… See, tomorrow morning if you open up all the borders, there'll be disaster.
Yeah.
We must know these things we made at certain times for certain conveniences. It is not absolute. The lines that we have drawn on this planet are not absolute. We just made it for certain convenience.
Yeah.
It's time to relax it. See, one great example that's happened in the world is Europe. They fought as bitterly as they fought World War I, World War II. Did anybody think Germany and France will share open borders? Hello? In 1944, would you believe that?
No.
See, today they have open borders.
Right.
I don't see this as a geopolitical whatever. In a way, it's an evolution of human consciousness itself. They might have done it for economic reasons, political reasons, but still there is human consciousness involved in this, because that's not easy after fighting such bitter wars when that generation is still alive. You opened your borders to each other, trusted each other, is not a small thing to do.
Yeah.
We need to make that happen in the world everywhere. But for this, we need a reasonable level of economic parity. Otherwise, you cannot do it.
Can't do it. One of the things I feel very grateful for in my childhood, my father, we didn't have a lot of money growing up to travel to other places outside of Ohio, but I had 7 exchange students from around the world live with us for 6 months at a time, from Brazil and Japan and Germany and France and Philippines.
Nobody came from India.
No one from India.
See, otherwise they would have taken you back.
Yes, exactly. But I felt very fortunate as a 5-year-old until I was about 12, having these cultures
That is a very
come
wonderful thing to do.
and learn the language, learn the food, learn about their beliefs.
See, when you live just in a limited atmosphere, you don't know how horribly prejudiced you become. You never realize that. You think you're doing fine.
Right.
You become horribly prejudiced. I'm sure even Adolf Hitler is thinking he's fine. He thinks he's fine. That's why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah. Right.
I'm saying the extreme example.
Right.
Even he thinks he's doing fine.
Right.
Only the wrong thing he did was he lost the war. If he had won the war, whole world would have said what he's done is fine.
Right.
Please know that. It's a horrific thing.
Do you think someone who's doing that feels a sense of guilt?
No, no.
Like when they're taking another life
No.
and they're seeing someone in pain?
See, every nation is taking somebody else's life, isn't it?
Every nation?
Yes, every nation is, isn't it?
But I mean an individual, one person.
See, nation means it's individuals who act on the ground, right?
Yeah.
It's an American pilot who drops the bomb, it's an American sniper who pulls the trigger, all right? But he believes he's doing it for the country.
Right.
So he won't feel any guilt. Even the terrorist, who is right now, which we think is absolutely unreasonable and insane, that guy thinks he's doing the right thing, he's doing God's work, not a simple thing. He feels great pride in what he's doing. So this is why I'm saying it's a limited identity. It is not that somebody is bad, somebody is good. The moment you have limited identity, you are a crime. It's just that whether your crime is recognized in the law as a crime or not is a subjective thing. But you are a crime. Right now I sit here, my identity is with myself. I'm interested in the well-being of this. I don't care a damn what happens to this. So this is a crime. I may not shoot you with a gun, but I'm committing a crime because I don't care what happens to you. The moment in some way you forsake your humanity, I don't care, means I have forsaken my humanity. It is a crime. Will I cause enormous damage or small damage simply depends on how competent I am. So competency becomes a curse.
The more competent you are, the
Yes,
more you can hurt and
yes.
harm.
Your intelligence and competence instead of being a solution becomes a problem. Isn't that what is happening in the world today?
So where does karma fit in around people that are acting to harm or to not support someone else's well-being or the things around them? How does karma
See,
fit in?
all your identity is only from your memory, isn't it? How are you an American? You remember that you were born in America.
Yes.
Suppose I erase your memory. Are you American?
Suppose what? Say
I
that.
erase your memory.
Am I an American?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. So how does your family identity come? How do your racial identity come? Everything is by memory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now karma means this accumulated massive amount of memory. Now, will you stand above that? This is the stage for our life. This karmic background is like a platform. If you create enough surface tension in this, you can stand on it and do your fresh act today. But if your feet sink into it like quicksands, then you are just a victim of your memory. Right now, the person that you think is a racist is a victim of his memory.
Right.
The person that you think is a terrorist is a victim of his memory. The person who is a suicide bomber is a victim of his memory because he remembers what has been taught to him, all right? If he loses his memory, he's a fine guy.
Right, right.
Yes. So right now you don't have to lose your memory. Where is your memory? Your memory is in your body and what you call as your mind, which is all one, all
Yes.
right? This is hardware, that is software.
Sure, sure.
So this software, you wrote it unconsciously through various incidents, experiences, your own perception according to your intelligence. You wrote your own kind of software unconsciously. It's written by you, but unconsciously.
Are we stressing our minds too much?
See, when we say mind, see again
Brain.
your hand went almost
Brain.
here. Are we stressing our minds? No, there is a mind across this body. What is it that you call as a mind? A certain combination of memory and intelligence is mind, isn't
So our
it?
whole body's mind.
Yes. In yoga, we see physical body, mental body, energetic body, etheric body, bliss body, like this, everything is body. Because it is right across, it is not in any one place. Only intellectual activity is here, okay? Right now, because modern societies, particularly Western societies, have become such slaves of their intellect, because of that, they think everything is here.
Right.
Intellect works only with the data that you have gathered. You cannot function beyond your data. That means you will remain so small, because even if you've read the libraries on this planet, what you know in terms of data is minuscule compared to what this cosmos is. With that minuscule, you think you're very intelligent because you're analyzing and processing. Anyway, all these people who think they're intellectually very smart are going to feel dumb, stupid in the next 5 years, because your phone will be far more smarter than you. Already people are calling it a smartphone. See, why would you call somebody or something smart? Only because it's smarter than you, right?
Right, yeah, yeah.
Otherwise you wouldn't, all right? So right now, too much dependence on intellect because our education systems are crafted like this, not exploring other dimensions of intelligence at all. See, intellect, if I ask you this simple question, would you like your intellect to be sharp or blunt? Choose quickly, I'm going
Sharp.
to bless you, yes.
Sure.
So essentially, intellect is like a knife. If you want to dissect something, it's very good.
Yeah.
So now the only instrument that you have is a knife in your hand. You want to stitch your clothes. If you stitch your clothes with the knife, what will happen? You will be in tatters.
Right.
This is what is happening to people's lives. They are trying to fix everything with their intellect. The harder they try, the more tatters they have become. With all this education, tell me, uneducated people are more unhappy or educated people are more unhappy in the world?
It depends what type of education.
No, generally illiterate people in the rest of the world, tribes and this and that, even in India, many people.
Whenever I visit, I go to Guatemala almost every year, and I visit small villages, and the kids seem so happy.
Yeah,
Seem
because
so
they didn't go to school like me.
They don't have much, but they have family, they have community.
What do you mean they don't have much?
I mean, they don't have much in terms
They
of
are
the
not
material world.
environmentally disastrous, that's what you're saying.
Right, exactly, yeah. They don't have a lot in the material side of things, but they have a lot in their hearts, richness, connection, community, love, and they seem very happy.
Uneducated people or illiterate people are happier than the educated people. With education, your life should have become better, isn't it? Unfortunately, they're becoming unhappy simply because they only have sharpened their knife. And a sharp knife in your hand and you're unconscious, you're cutting yourself all the time. All the time cutting yourself.
That's
You
painful.
don't need any outside help.
You can stab yourself.
Yes. So people come to me and say, Sadhguru, my boss, he's horrible, my mother-in-law, she's not even human, my wife, she's such a pain, my husband like this. I say, you come here to the yoga center, I'll make sure your boss, mother-in-law, wife, husband, nobody enters this place, just you. I'll give you a nice place to live, good food to eat. Nothing to do, just be happy, that's all.
Yeah.
You must be just joyful. I'll make random checks on you. If I find you unhappy or miserable, then I won't feed you because I don't believe in feeding misery. If you remain joyful, I will feed you for the rest of your life and take care of you like you're my prized guest. But if you show misery, we won't feed you. Well, you leave them in one room for 24 hours. You will see in how many ways they'll twist themselves out, it's unbelievable. Because when you're alone, if you're miserable, obviously you're in bad company, isn't it?
Right.
I'm with you, I'm miserable. I think it's because of this guy I'm miserable, this guy I'm miserable. I'm sitting here alone and miserable. Now who?
Right.
Who is causing misery?
How do we get out of that, though?
No, essentially one must understand human experience is caused from within, not from outside.
Right.
What we do, arrangements we do outside in the form of home, family, automobile, this, that, these are arrangements to facilitate our activity. They are not going to make you happy or unhappy, but right now, the car sellers are telling you, only this is joy, this car… I'm sorry, I'm not against any brand, I like the brand. They say this car is joy. Somebody else says this car is love. Oh, all the best.
This is power, this is, yeah.
Power is okay, car has power.